Alright, you're welcome to this channel. I want to share with you, walk you through the differences between UI and UX. I remember some time ago that I've been hearing of UI, UX, UI slash UX. I was like, what does this mean? I just thought it's maybe a kind of way of identification of another, how I don't know how you are saying it, but I'm just sharing how I was feeling concerning how I was feeling having this kind of is it an insight or is it lack of understanding, not knowing what it is, until a time like this that I began to understand, and now I understand the differences between UI and UX. I thought it's the same thing, just that they work let's say they work hand in hand. So they work hand in hand. When you have this one in place, you have the other one alongside, but there are differences. So I want you to know that there are differences, and you must have been wondering also, but just pull down your mind and you are going to get this right. So if you watch this video to the end, by the end of this video, what I am expecting from you is to see that you get to understand the differences between UI and UX. So give a like to this video if you like it, and share to help someone to understand the difference. And I'm gonna make a video on the difference between UX designer and a graphic designer, because it's also one of a kind of confusing logic in the designing space. It looks as if they are the same thing, but I'm gonna make a video on that. So that is, by the way, just to give you a notice on that. All right, quickly. What is UI? What is UI? I know you don't know the meaning of UI. If you know the meaning of UI, I want you to just give a comment below in the comment section. But I'm speaking to that person that doesn't know what UI means. UI means user interface. U stands for user, and I stand for interface. And while the UX that you have been seeing, you have been hearing, calling it, pronouncing it, it means user experience. U stands for user, X stands for experience. So user interface and user experience are two words that you might hear mentioned frequently in tech cycles, and sometimes are interchangeably. But what the terms actually mean, and what does it mean to be a UX or UI designer? So what does that mean to be a UI or UX designer? What does it actually mean? UI refers, now just listen to this carefully. Just listen to this very carefully so that you can understand their differences, to know if you are an UI designer or a UX designer. So just listen carefully. Now, UI refers to the screens, the buttons, the icons, the visual elements that you see, that you interact with in the app or the website you are using for design. I don't know the app you use for design. That is for those that are mobile designers, that they make use of their smartphone. If you are making use of, there's this very common and very outstanding app for designing, which I give top notch to it, and I also make use of, which is Pixel app. Let me make an example with Pixel app. When you come, you just log in, or you just open the Pixel app. What is that first thing you see? When you open, what do you see? Those things that you see, that very region that you make your design, which is called canvas. That canvas, that very canvas, that place that you design, and you import your image, you put on your text, you write, and you just adjust some things. That very region is called canvas. Your design canvas, where you design things. This is one of the first things you are going to see when you open that very app. You are going to see some elements. You are going to see some icon. The icon that when you touch, when you click on it, it's going to take you to text. You write down your text. There's this icon you touch, is going to take you to shapes. All those things that you are seeing, that you are just seeing on that app, that is the user interface that UI is talking about, or that UI means. That is a user interface. I hope you're following. Even in the website, they are using Photoshop. They are using what was this app again? There's this website. The Figma. You're using Figma for designing, or other design softwares. as you are just logging into it, the first things that you are seeing, those screens, those appearances, those elements, those icons, those buttons, even the toggles, those elements that you interact with using a website or app, those are the user interface. I hope this is clear. Just open now, just check. I hope you are seeing. These are the user interface. All these things that you are seeing around as you're just opening, this is what it means. This is what UI means. UI, user interface, user interface, user interface. Hope this is clear. It is clear. Is it clear? I just want you to just mention your comments. Put down your comment if this is clear. If this is clear, hope it's clear. Good. I just want to see your comment, please, to know if this is clear by you. Now, UX. I'm now done with UI. Just to understand, because I'm going to take you deep. You are going to understand this. I'm taking you deep, critically, to analyze the difference. So this is the introductory part, and in this introductory part, I believe you are getting understanding. So now UX, it refers to the entire interaction you have with a product, including how you feel about the interaction. While UI can certainly have an impact on UX, actually, because it is the UI, those user interface are the ones, when you begin to make use of it now, to put down your text, to bring down your shape, to edit something on it, to make design on it, those the processes that you are taking in. Now you have now transferred, we have now jumped from the user interface to the interactive aspect of it. Yes. As you open your software, your website, your app, and the first thing you see are your UI, your user interface, the icons, the elements, the toggles that you see. And when you begin to make use of it, to bring down elements, to import image, to import this, to import that, to make this design, to make that, those are, you have now started engaging yourself in interaction. You are now interacting with, you are now making use of what is called, that is your user experience. So, in this now, I believe you are getting insight. So, while UI can certainly have impact on the UX, the two are distinct as the rules that designers play. The two are distinct as are the rules that designers play. So now, developing a product that people love often requires both good UI and good UX. For an example, you could have a messaging app like Facebook or WhatsApp that looks great and intuitive. So this now, that attractive aspect of it here. So these are messaging app that looks great and has a intuitive navigation. Sorry, that is the word I want to pronounce. Navigation. So this is your UI, the user interface. But now, if the app loads slowly or makes you to click through numerous screens to message someone, now you have transferred from the user interface to the user experience, because the apps and that messaging app that you have, either Facebook, either WhatsApp, Instagram, or any other, Instagram. Okay, let me just stick to WhatsApp. So that messaging app that I have, that WhatsApp messaging app that I have, that looks great and intuitive navigation, those things that you see around, these are your UI, the user interface. And when you begin to click to message numerous people on the screen, now you are now interacting with the app. You are now interacting with it. Now this is your user experience, and it doesn't matter how it looks. You are probably not going to want to use it. So on the other hand, a website could be loaded with unique, helpful content organized in a logical and intuitive way. But if it looks dated, or you can't easily figure out how to move between screens or scroll through options, you are likely to click away from the site. That is it. So listen to this again. Tasks, responsibilities. What do they do? Both UI and UX designers play key roles in the product development lifecycle. Now let's take a closer look at each of it, and I want to begin with the user interface. That is the UI. So now UI designers create the graphical portions of mobile apps, websites, and devices, the element that a user directly interact with. Now, unlike the UX, which can apply to just about any product or service, the term UI applies exclusively to digital products. A UI designer seeks to make apps and websites both visually appealing and easy to navigate. Common tasks of a UI designer includes the following: organizing page layouts, choosing color palettes and fonts, designing interactive elements such as buttons, toggles, scrollers, drop menus, and text fields, and many more. Also, making high fidelity wireframes and layout to show what the final designer will look like. And lastly, working closely with developers to convert designs into a working product. So now the UX aspect. Now, as a UX designer, the UX designers focus their work on the experience a user has with a product. The goal is to make products that are functional, accessible, and enjoyable to use. While the term UX often applies to digital products, it can also be applied to non-digital products and services like a coffee pot or a transportation system. Now, the common tasks that a UX designer might have. These are the common tasks that you can find among or within the space of a UX as a UX designer. Now, the first one is conducting user research to identify any goals, needs, behaviors, and pain points involved with a product interaction. I repeat again. Conducting user research to identify any goals, needs, behaviors, and pain points involved with a product interaction. Secondly, creating user journey maps to analyze how a customer interacts with a product. Thirdly, developing user personas based on target customers. Fourthly, building wireframes and prototypes to hone in on what the final product will look like. And also finally, collaborating with stakeholders, UI designers and developers. So, is there such a thing as UI/UX designer? Search for UX jobs listing sites, and you are likely to find companies looking for UI/UX designers. Some companies do sometimes look for candidates with both sides of skills, but often when you start looking more closely at these listings, you'll find the role leans more toward one than the other. When it comes time to begin your job search, pay more attention to the list of text or qualifications that specific job title. So now the skills. UI and UX designers have some skills in common. Both each role also requires its own unique skill set. So just take a look at these very skill sets. So if you are watching this to this point and you haven't subscribed, and you haven't subscribed, wow, I'm amazed. But are you not finding this interesting and very educative? Is it not a valuable video you are just watching? Will you just pass by with that subscribe? I don't want to speak much, we'll say long thing. I just need you to subscribe. Just smash that subscription button, turn on your notification button also. And I'm not to giving you too much option. Is it too much for you to do? Please subscribe, and you can share also, and you can like it also. Thank you very much, and leave your comment to me. Thank you so much. So just a bonus So here is a bonus knowledge I want to share with you. How do I know if UI or UX is better fit for me? Is a question. How can you know if this fits you? So both UI and UX design are well-paying careers that are in demand. Which you choose to pursue will depend on your goals and interest. If you are interested in technology, strive on variety, and love to solve problems, user experience design might be good fit. Hope you get this clear. If you want to know which one fits you, either to be a user interface designer or a user experience designer. So if you are a kind of person that choose to pursue, you are interested in technology, you strive on variety on different things, you love to solve problems, then user experience might be a good fit. So if you are a creative thinker with a strong aesthetic sense, consider pursuing user interface. Listen to this again. If you are a creative thinker, your thinking is always valuable, so creative, so mind-blowing, and with a strong aesthetic. Can you check dictionary? Okay, let me help you out. What? So when I say strong aesthetic sense, that word aesthetic would mean that it has to relate with beauty or art, craft, acting, art, A-R-T. Aha. So then you have to consider the UI. So, and if you are still not sure whether UI or UX is a better fit for you, then you can take a class in each to experience them for yourself, or read or you listen to popular UI/UX blogs and podcasts to hear from experts in each field, or reach out to industry professionals on LinkedIn for an informational interview, or join some online design communities to ask questions. Like this, it will build this kind of sense of understanding for you to know which one to go for. But you can go for both if you see your strength can carry it, your time schedule, you can able to carry on the load, the weight of project here, project that, work. You can go for it. It's okay, but you can go one with one is still good. So anyone you see is good is good. It's good. Only do that which you see that is good, and will bring we'll do what? We solve problems. Now, there are other experience rules that I want to share with you. The fields of UX extend beyond two roles of UI and UX designers. If you are interested in a career in UI, UX, or UI and UX, now you have to consider these roles that are related. So UX researchers, they study the goals. Okay, now UX researchers study the goals, needs, wants, and pain points of a product existing and target users. Secondly, UX writers write the text that appears on websites, apps, and other digital products. Also, interaction designers, they focus on the ways users interact with digital products in a holistic context. Also, developers, they take the designs from UI and UX designers and put them into usable software, website, or applications. Also, product designers lead the entire process of taking a product or service from idea to reality. And finally, content strategists, they oversee the planning and production of marketing content through the life cycle of a project. So I want to invite you to get started in UX. So whether you enter a role in UX or UI, gaining UX design skills can help make you a competitive applicant for positions and build a strong foundation for you to expand your UX and UI toolkit. So now I want to advise and then recommend this to you, because when you complete a professional certificate course such as Google UX and Design Professional Certificate, you can get that on Coursera. So you'll be able to build job ready skills and complete portfolio ready project in less than 6 months. No degree or prior experience is required. So now, what are you waiting for? Start today. The 7-day free trial. Even though you just start. These things are very, very free and very cheap in some of the courses. So you can get some of these courses even to have the course and to get certification. On Coursera, you can have this very course, then get a certification. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching to this very moment. So you give a like to this video, share this video, and tell me what part interests you the most, and tell me what is the step where or what are your next plan on this. And if you have gotten understanding, let me know also. And what next do you want to understand concerning designing? I have you here as one of the fellow graphic designers. We are here to help each other share ideas, to give understanding, so that we do this very skilled with good understanding. Thank you for watching. God bless. Jesus is love.